Happy Sunshine Week 2015. To commemorate Sunshine Week this year, thought it might be helpful to go through 4 of the websites for some local government agencies here in Shreveport, Louisiana, Caddo Parish. So we will walk through a couple of them and show you how to submit a public records request through the website. The first one we're going to do is Caddo Parish, which the URL is www.caddo.org. And when you go to this website, accessing or submitting public records requests is actually really simple. All you have to do is report a concern. Click on this right here, report a concern. It doesn't actually sound like a public records request, but that's where they have it located. And it's going to bring you to the Citizen Request Tracker. From here, you will need an account to access it. I'm actually going to log out of my account so I can show you how to log in. At the request tracker, it'll give you a couple of different options, and under general requests, there is a public records request and a public records request form. As far as I can tell, these two are identical, so it doesn't really matter which one you end up choosing. So we will go ahead and select public records request. And when we click on that, it's going to bring us to the request tracker login. If you do not have an account, just enter your email address. And then whatever you'd like your password to be, go ahead and type it in. And select new user, and it will bring you to a page where you can set up your account with all your personal information. Since we already have an account, we are going to go ahead and log in. And this will bring us to our public records request form. So we would type in a brief description. We can say, I am requesting the budget from fiscal year 2014. That's our request. You can put in your address. If you had some kind of file that you needed to attach, like a photograph, you could do that here. I obviously do not. And this is actually asking for the problem location, so I just put in my address because we don't have a problem location. My profile information has been included below, and I will submit it. And right here, it'll show me that my request is given the ID number 469. At any time, I can log into this website, and I will be able to see the request that I have submitted previously by clicking on View Existing Requests. So there's my public records request, number 469. It'll tell me the date that it was last modified. I can click on it and see the full context of my request, and that's how it works for the City of Shreveport. Caddo Parish. The next website that we are going to look at is the City of Shreveport. Now, both Caddo Parish and the City of Shreveport do use the same website platform, which is called Civic Plus. So they both have the capabilities of managing records requests the exact same way. So we will see if they actually do deal with records requests the exact same way. As you remember, in the Caddo Parish website, we use the Citizen Request Tracker to submit our records request, and there is a link right on the City of Shreveport homepage for Report a Concern, which is the request tracker. So we will go ahead and click on that. And as we look at the different options here, and there are quite a few, one of the things that is a little bit surprising is that there is no option for submitting a public records request. They have all sorts of other things, many more options than the Caddo Parish website, but they did not elect to include an option for submitting a public records request. So we are going to have to try their search feature. And when you type in public records request and hit search, it's going to show you that there is a page for public records requests, and we can click on that. However, it will show us that these are only for records related to the City of Shreveport Court. It tells us how to get records from the court clerk and also how to get records from the judicial administrator, but this does not give us any information on how to get records from other city agencies. So we are going to have to try one more thing. We can search records and see what we come up with. We have records management, public records request, which we did just select, and records manager / subdivision. So if we click on records management and use that in our search, we will come to this page. When we select records management, it does tell us that the City of Shreveport does have a records management department. It's within finance, and tells us the scope of the responsibilities associated with that department. It also gives us a phone number, which I have actually never had any luck using. So we will go back to our search results, and the next item in our search results is Miss Mary Randolph. And right here you will see that she is a records manager / subdivisions, and it does have an email address. However, this is only for the MPC. So if you had a records request for the MPC, we now know how to submit that. If you had a records request for the court, we now know how to submit that. But we still don't have a good way of submitting a records request to the city in general or any of the other city departments. So we will try one more search for records. And this will show us again the records management website, the public records request option for the court, a tax record search, Miss Randolph's contact information, and not a whole lot else. So my suggestion for you, if you wanted to submit a public records request, is either to submit it directly to the department that has the records that you are interested in. You may also wish to try to submit it directly through the finance department, since the records management page did tell us that they are under the overview of the finance department, or you could submit them through the CAO, the Chief Administrative Office's email account. So those would be my suggestions for submitting a public records request to the City of Shreveport. Obviously not as user-friendly as Caddo Parish, despite the fact that they are using the exact same program to run their website. Very interesting. Okay, the next website that we are going to look at is the website for the Shreve Memorial Library, and the URL for that website is www.shreve-lib.org. So here we are at their homepage, and the first place that I would be inclined to look would be I want to file a public records request. However, it does not appear to be an option here. So the next place we are going to go is services. Do we have public records as services? We do not. The last place that I might think to look is under About Us, and here we have under About Us the option for library records. It gives us public records and library archives. Since we are interested in submitting a public records request, we are going to click right here. And that is going to bring up some information about public records. It has an option for frequently asked questions, and if we click on that, it makes available a whole lot of information about the public records request process, not only at the library, but in the context of the state of Louisiana as well. So if we go back, you can see that there is an option for forms, fee schedule, and self-service records. If we click on self-service records, this is going to take us to a document center where Board of Control and administrative records are already made available. And if we click on Board of Control, we should expect to see meeting agendas and minutes, since that's what the website tells us will be there. Unfortunately, it does not look like it's going to load very quickly. There we go. Okay. So it gives us a nice little folder system. I want meeting agendas from 2015, regular board meeting, and here they are. So you don't even need to submit a public records request for the information located in that document center, which is meeting agendas, minutes, annual reports, organization charts, and strategic plans. The fee schedule is going to tell us all of the financial considerations when submitting a public records request. They have a lot of information on different formats and what fees might apply in your situation. Over here, we can submit a public records request, appeal a public records request, or access that document center. And then it's got some links to information on public records in general. So we are going to submit a public records request. We'll do the same one that we did previously with Caddo Parish, since we could not submit one directly through the website for the City of Shreveport. Now, the Shreve Memorial Library also does use that same Civic Plus platform. It looks a little bit different, but it's basically that same thing with the Citizen Request Tracker. And you can see right here it says by signing in or creating an account, some fields will auto-populate with your information and your submitted forms will be saved and accessible to you. So that's how we could go ahead and track the progress of our request like we could with Caddo Parish. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Don't know if I have an account or not. This actually looks like it's using a different, this is using Google Chrome, which is very interesting. That's a little bit different. So we will see if it works for us. Typing in my Gmail address, and I don't know if this would be the password for this website or the password for my email. So let's go ahead and create profile. Okay, so you can create a profile. And it'll give you an option to display a name. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. I'm assuming that this is because there's other services on the website that might also be associated with that profile. So I will go ahead and put a password in and create that profile. The nice thing about this is it looks like you can also have the option of, it says I already have a profile. So I'm going to go back and go back to that public records option. It looks like you do have the option of submitting a request without even creating a profile, which is different from what we had on the Caddo Parish website. So I'm actually not going to create a profile right now because I don't remember my password and it says I already have one. So I'm going to type in my name. I will put in my email address because I'd prefer to receive communications via email. It's automatically updating with my contact information. I am not a convicted felon. Here it is asking me to describe the requested records. So just like we did with the Caddo Parish request, we are going to ask for the annual budget for fiscal year 2014. Okay. And it gives us delivery options. This has a lot more choices than some of the other websites. So we are going to ask that we receive the record via email. We do not want them mailed, we don't want them faxed, we don't want to have to go into the office to get these. So we would accept them via email or via Dropbox and or website, which is probably that document center that we looked at before. I'm not going to go ahead and do a fee waiver since receiving them electronically I shouldn't have to. I'm going to type in my email address again so that they have it and submit. And there you go, it has been submitted successfully. Now, if we had been signed in, it would probably show up just like it did on Caddo Parish, where it automatically assigns that tracker number, and we can go back to assess the progress of our request. So we will see what we get.